What you're seeing here behind me may not really look like the brown deer that you recall, and that is because we have been seeing so much new development here in recent years. Brown deer has been quietly transforming from one of the most affordable neighborhoods here on the North Shore to what might as well be the next up and coming. So we have a lot to cover today. Let's go take a look. Brown Deer offers a quiet suburban feel, a wide selection of mid-century homes on tree-lined streets, and some of the most approachable price points in the North Shore. With major redevelopment projects underway, a new freeway interchange that offers quick access to downtown Milwaukee, miles of parks and trails, and the Northridge side finally moving forward, the village is in the middle of a real momentum shift, making it an interesting place to watch if you're looking for value and future upside in Metro Milwaukee. All right, let's get started with a quick look at the map here. Downtown Milwaukee right here. And as we are following Lake Michigan up here, all of this is the North Shore. And then we get to Brown Deer here on the northern end of Milwaukee County. Let me zoom in a little bit and show you some of the details. So Brown Deer has a very interesting location. It is surrounded by some very affluent and expensive neighborhoods. We got Mequon, Thiensville here up north. We got River Hills, Fox Point, and Bayside here on the North Shore. And then here on this side, there is some commercial developments, and in the south, it borders on the city of Milwaukee. But just look at the number of country clubs and golf courses that are surrounding this area. So it's kind of interesting to see that. And then we have a very important axis here in the middle with Brown Deer Road, because you got two very expensive areas. You got this area here on the lake that is very affluent, and then you got Menominee Falls on the other hand. And Brown Deer Road connects them strategically and goes right through the center of Brown Deer. And that's kind of an important landmark. A lot of this has been redeveloped in recent years and is currently and still under development. But the neighborhoods on the southern side of Brown Deer look a little bit different when it comes to lot size and home sizes than on the northern side of Brown Deer. We'll talk about that in just a minute. Quick look into the history. Back in the 1800s, Brown Deer was mostly farmland, but everything changed after World War II as Americans fell in love with the automobile and Milwaukee expanded outward. Brown Deer rapidly shifted into a classic post-war suburb. Returning veterans, growing families, and the rise of car-centric lifestyle fueled a huge building boom of the 1950s and 60s. Today, Brown Deer is home to roughly 12,500 residents and about 6,200 homes, and you can still see that mid-century wave in the housing stock, with most of the homes built during that post-war boom area. Over the last few years, Brown Deer has really started to reinvent itself as part of a long-range community development plan. You can see it most clearly along Brown Deer Road, new intersections, updated streetscapes, and a wave of new development following right behind it. We've had several new apartment communities come online, like Village 43 or the Bevy, bringing fresh housing options that Brown Deer hasn't seen in decades. And that momentum creates even more momentum. Developers and investors are paying attention. One of the biggest projects under construction right now is the mixed-use development called The Marketplace, which will feature a Target store as the main anchor and is expected to open in late 2026. This redevelopment on Brown Deer and Green Bay Road is supported by a $21 million village investment, and that is a huge signal of confidence in the area. And it's not the only one. There's also a brand new Starbucks being built on the intersection of 60th and Brown Deer Road right across from Walgreens. This is a big deal because if you follow real estate trends, you know that when Starbucks shows up, and they have usually done their homework, more economic growth usually follows. On the east side, the new interchange is connecting Brown Deer Road to I-43 is now complete. It's a modern, very interesting diverging diamond design that's a little unusual at first, but really seems to keep traffic moving smoothly and makes downtown Milwaukee access even easier. On the western edge, the old Northridge Mall, once the place to be and a treasured childhood memory for many Milwaukeeans. It has sat vacant for years and was a major eyesore. Now it has finally been demolished and the land is now ready for redevelopment. It's technically outside of Brown Deer, but it has always influenced that area. Now that the site has been cleared, it opens the doors for something new, whether that ends up being commercial, mixed use, or something totally different. We will see. Bottom line, Brown Deer is in the middle of a real transformation and it's creating a long-term upside for homeowners and buyers looking for value in the North Shore. A lot of homebuyers look into Brown Deer schools. Everything here is on a single campus, elementary, middle and high school all connected in one spot, super convenient, really community focused, and the facilities are great with athletic fields, a field house, and plenty of student activities. As always, school choices are personal. Check out online resources like greatschools.org or niche.com, and of course visiting in person to see if it feels like the right fit for you. Let's talk about real estate in Brown Deer. This is what you came for, and the different parts have been getting a lot of attention lately. Brown Deer is basically split into two major pockets, north and south of Brown Deer Road. South of Brown Deer Road, you'll mostly find classic mid-century ranches that are a little bit on the smaller side, typically around 1,200 square feet in a 3-bed, 2-bath configuration on roughly a quarter of an acre lot. Outside, you'll often find a 2-car detached garage and a good-sized backyard. Really solid starter homes and a great suburban feel. If you're heading north of Brown Deer Road, things are getting a little bit more spacious. The same ranch-style, mid-century vibe, 3-bedroom, 2-bath layout, but typically a larger footprint with 1,600 to 2,000 square feet and also slightly bigger lot sizes, often a third of an acre or more. You'll also find some 2-story colonials sprinkled into that housing mix. Most homes have also a 2-car attached garage and a generously sized backyard. By the way, finished basements are common in all of Brown Deer, and in many cases you will also find an original built-in bar. After all, this is Wisconsin and you need a spot to treat your friends. And if you like getting outside, Brown Deer has some great options. Brown Deer Park is the big one. Miles of walking paths, a lake, tennis, picnic areas, and of course the Brown Deer Golf Course, which has hosted PGA tournaments and is one of the best public golf courses in the region. Fun fact, this is also the golf course where Tiger Woods became a pro golfer. You've also got easy access to the Oak Leaf Trail, so whether you're running, biking, or just taking a casual weekend stroll, you can get right into it here without leaving the neighborhood. Let's talk about home prices. Most homes are selling today, which is 2025, between about $250,000 and $350,000, and fully updated homes usually command around a $50,000 premium on top of that. Also worth mentioning, on the northeast side, you'll find a newer development from the early 2000s with larger and more modern homes, but also with the price tag to match that, north of $500,000. And here's an interesting fact. Brown Deer home prices have more than doubled in the last decade. The median price today is roughly $290,000 compared to just about $122,000 10 years ago. Huge appreciation, but still only about half the price compared to some of the surrounding neighborhoods. So if you like mid-century homes, bigger yards, and great access to the city, and all that at an attractive price, Brown Deer is definitely worth a look. If you're looking for more information about Brown Deer or any other neighborhood here in the Milwaukee area, feel free to reach out to me. My name is m.auerbach. I'm a real estate professional with Keller Williams here in the Milwaukee area. We do a lot of relocation business and help a lot of people moving here to the area. That's kind of ties into my personal story, because I moved to Milwaukee about 15 years ago and didn't even know where to start. So feel free to also go to my website onpointrg.com and download our free Milwaukee relocation guide. It's about 40 pages and a lot of information about cost of living, real estate and neighborhoods, and anything else that you might be wondering about the Milwaukee area. That's it for me today. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you at the next one.